Welcome back to Dreaming in America. Today we will be discussing the impacts that socioeconomics and economics have on achieving the American dream. First, education. Education influences occupational choices and opportunities. Furthermore, with hard work and education allows people to get jobs with higher wages, according to Brookings.edu. Moreover, college education creates a greater sense of achieving the American dream, according to The Economist. This is evident by 65% of people have degrees and 63% feel financially satisfied, while 28% of people have little to no college and 30% of people feel financially satisfied. Furthermore, a majority of Americans, 76%, regardless of age, ethnicity, and income, agree that education is the catalyst for achieving the American dream, The Economist. Another aspect is environment. One's environment can have a big effect in how one sees the world, the future, and what they deem important or valuable. One example is about Colton Harris Moore, better known as the Barefoot Bandit. At one point, he was the FBI's most wanted 16-year-old, according to Vince Vantage. He was a teen fugitive who stole several planes, boats, and cars. A main contributor to his behavior is the fact that his mom was an alcoholic and his dad refused to pay for child support. In fact, he was even kicked out of his house before he turned 16. And because of these environmental factors and lack of support and guidance, it caused Colton to go down a bad path, even though he had aspirations to go to college. Building on this idea, if you don't have examples and role models in your life, you may not see what is possible or even develop character traits that lead to success in the pursuit of your dreams. It could even change the dreams you see as possible. Another example is about a kid from my mom's school who never had anyone in his immediate circle ever hold a full-time job. Thus, he stayed with a teacher and her husband, who is a pastor. One day, she told him that she was going to work even though she had a migraine. So the boy asked, "Why are you going to work?" as he didn't understand the value and importance of work and work ethic. Next, I want to tell you a little bit about my life and how the way I grew up has impacted my life and aspirations. From a young age, I had the great opportunity to travel. In fact, I lived in South Korea for several years in early childhood. And I feel like this ability to travel and live in a different country has given me a different perspective and appreciation for the world we live in. I also feel that these opportunities have heavily contributed to my outlook on life as well as my desire to travel and see the world. However, with these amazing opportunities to travel came with the fact that my parents are teachers, which has its pros and cons. But one thing is for sure is that they installed the value of education and hard work, not only in the classroom, but outside of it as well. The last aspect I want to talk about today is class, and how it can affect the children and adults that live in them. First, low income, and to some, survival mode. This can entail working multiple jobs to provide housing and food, and for mainly immigrants, not being able to speak English well. And because of this, it can be very hard to find good paying jobs and navigate systems. Because of this, many don't have the time, resources, or education to look at other options like side hustles. Furthermore, those in this class may not understand the systems they have to work with or the resources that are available. Because of this and other factors, it makes it hard to break out of the cycle of poverty. Because of this, it creates problems like generational poverty with people living on food stamps and not working consistently. And it models a way of life to the children that doesn't foster good work ethic and discipline. Next is the middle class. Many more people have access to resources, networks, opportunities, and technology. Additionally, they are not as focused on survival, which allows them more bandwidth for exploring other options and ideas. The last point I want to make is the fact that the income gap between well-educated and less educated people continues to grow. A study from the National Center for Fair and Open Testing shows the impact social class has on academic performance. In 2006, the best SAT was 2,400, and for an income of around 10,000, the average SAT score was 1,113. However, for an average income of around 110,000, the average SAT score was 1,656. That is all for today. Tune in next time to Dreaming in America.